So then once we understand all these concepts, we will be jumping uh, to another some more methods, reverse and jeep and the control loops, while loops. These are all fundamentals of Python. Then we will start on the packages we need to learn for machine learning. That started from NumPy. NumPy has a lot of uses. That is for efficient accessing of multidimensional arrays and working on it. So we require some functionalities. Then we start with pandas. So pandas will be used for two-dimensional and one-dimensional array. So 3 and 4 panel and 4D is not used. Series and data frames we require. So as such, also we learn scikit-learn and scipy, and then we have to start machine learning. So we have to understand some use cases of why machine learning purpose and how what is the terminology used for machine learning. So with some examples to clarify your understanding, and then categorization of the machine learning, supervised and unsupervised learning. After understanding how the machine learning actually works, what are the process of doing it, so then we should jump into each and one algorithms that are used to solve certain problem. So then that's why we started like starting with linear regression, where we'll be telling you the details of why graph is the data is plotted in x and y plane, how a straight line can fulfill the predictions and find out the outcomes of a new data. Let's say a good example is a housing predictions. So everywhere we see this is a housing predictions problem, and we used to tell you how to solve this problem, how pandas will use to load the data, and how we have to find out x and y, that is features and target, and then we need to find out apply the algorithms. We have to split the data because we require some testing data to find out the model is accurate or good, or I mean how accurate it is. Can it be used for production level? So these are linear regressions we have used. We don't need to write the methods, but we can only calling this method. We can import the linear regression objects and then use to feed the our data. So like that wise, we used to learn many algorithms. This is the random forest example, predictions of weather. So this is for a recommender system, very good algorithms that is used itself is a different topics and used by Netflix and Yahoo, Google, everybody, all big companies. So you will be having hands-on expertise on the recommender systems. So this is how we learn pandas data set, how manipulate the things, how we know that how to remove or add some columns or remove some unnecessary data. That's all is a practice required. So this is an example of NaiBuy's text classification. The text data can be also classified using NaiBuy's and TensorFlow. So this is an example of neural networks. All looks like same, but here if you see, it learns to so many iterations that we can provide. So we will be learning through Keras and TensorFlow for neural networks. These are the implementation details. So we'll talk about more details, and let's see on this things like sorry. If you go down here, we have linear regressions, then logistic regressions. How the logistic regression is built up from the linear regression itself using different graphs. That is the S curve we call. So these are fundamentals. We learn the fundamentals of maths before starting the algorithm and implementing. Implementation is not tough once you understand, but understanding the theory, understanding the basic is more important than it. So this is a example of the decision trees. How we have to create a root, a branch, and leaf node using the source code that will